So the biggest impact that the ACT grants program has had on our program is to overcome the primary barrier, if you can imagine, for preschoolers to get to school. Um, Without buses, we can't get them there. A lot of the parents that we serve don't have personal transportation, and they may not have the ability to use a cab or the bus that just goes across town to our center. So when we're able to get those buses rolling, we can bring a group of 17 kids at a time. So one bus gets 34 kids to school every day. The significance of that is huge for us because we're trying to develop equity and access to education. So we have some kids whose parents might have a car. And then there's those kids maybe that are the most at risk or the most need that don't have access to any cars and they don't have family that can get them there or neighbors. So it kind of ends up without transportation. The kids that need the program the very most are the kids that access the program the very least. So when we're able to put buses on the road to serve these kids that are safe transportation, we can get them there. Now, the research that we operate under is understanding that when kids are at school less than 90% of the time, every percent they're there below that, they're losing that much in their outcomes. So Riverbend Head Start and Family Services is a two-generational approach to disrupting poverty. So we work with the kids in our preschool program and the parents in their homes. And we try to do some problem solving and set goals, whether it's finance, education, relationships, behavioral health, personal health, all those kind of things. But for the kids, getting them into the classroom on a regular basis, delivering our curriculum is critical to the outcomes. And so our goal is kindergarten ready. So when they go to kindergarten, they're on par with their peers. And that levels the playing field no matter where you start. If you can go to kindergarten with the same preparedness, you're in good shape. The other side of that is preparing the parents as well too, so that when they hit the school, they're ready to relate to the education staff. They understand the gives and takes of negotiating what you need for school. But through the grants program, we've been able to buy 2 new buses. These buses are not your typical bus, not your typical school bus. They're equipped with 5-point safety harnesses for each rider. So that's 2 kids per seat, but they're completely strapped in and they're safe. Our buses have a driver and a monitor both. We've been able to afford the staff. With a Head Start grant, you can buy a bus with your resources, but when things add up, we don't have the resource to buy those buses. So we've been running buses that were actually costing us a ton of money to run because they're older diesels, those kind of things. We've been able to get new gas buses that are dependable, good air conditioning systems, and the kids love to see them come down the road.